functions are available. Functions inside of it, special 3 functions we completed. What are the 3 functions are completed? These are the things. Filter function, map function, reduce function is completed. This is what last class we completed, that reduce function also, right? And we did the examples also. So are you perfect in special functions, guys, all of you? Are you perfect? Right. Very nice. Now it is the time to see the another discussion that is called next concept we are going for. Yes, ma. Sumant. Okay. Fine. So let us coming to the index of our topic. Index. One day there is an index is discussing with you. Index we maintained na. We have index, whether it is there or not, I don't know. Index is there. So I hope there is a index. Yes, index of the functions. What we just mentioned it in one day, we discussed it. Functions. Purpose of functions. Right. So nothing will happen, ma. Shivakumar, you need to continue this only. This link only for the entire course. This link only for the entire course. This link only for the entire course. Okay. It's not going to do like that. They will take care. Okay. Look at that. So unstructured programming, structured programming, definition of function, advantages of function, types of functions, syntax for defining functions, next parts of the functions, function definition, which contains function heading, function body, function calls, phases in functions, taking input, processing, output giving, number of approaches to define functions, approach 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, parameters and arguments, types of parameters and arguments, positional parameters, and then default parameters, keyword parameters, variable length parameters, keyword variable length parameters, and then next is called what? Anonymous function. This we are going to discuss today. We are going to discuss about what? These 2 things. Just keep it aside. Anonymous functions, lambda functions or lambda expressions, special functions, that is a filter function with a normal function and anonymous function, map function with a normal function and anonymous function, and then reduce function with a normal function. In each area, we discussed programming examples. In every area, we discuss this programming exercise. Yes, done. Now we are talking about this kind of concept. Global parameters and local parameters, we want to discuss these keywords. Global parameters and what? Local parameters we want to discuss. Let us move forward. This is an interrelated concept in today's class. So let's start with the last topic of the functions, which will be continued throughout our entire course, dear students. So let us move to the further topic called what? Global parameters and then local parameters. And at the same time, I will use global keyword and then global keyword. Okay, let's start the discussion of that part. Let us keep that type of discussion. 1 minute, ma. Right. Let us keep that also into the class. Right. Now I'm going to write it. Now I'm going to, this is our topic name. And it will be, these functions will be continued for the entire discussion of our career. And daily this functions concept will be continued in our classroom. So let us start with the, what is the global parameter? What is the local parameter? Very, very easy, ma. Nothing to worry about it. They are very, very simple. The name itself says what is the global parameter or global variable. Global variable or global parameter. What is the meaning of it? The name itself says global parameters are those which are defined before all the functions, which are, this is versus, not ls ma, versus, vs, versus, that is, by mistake it is ls ma, that is called actually vs, versus. Are you understanding? Global parameters versus local parameters. That is the meaning of it. Okay. So global parameters are variables are one and the same, are defined before all the function definitions. Global parameters are those which are defined before all the function definitions. Local parameters are those which are defined inside the function body. Global parameters are those which are defined before all the function definitions. Now I'm writing global parameters are those, global parameters are those which are defined, which are defined, which are defined before, which are defined before all the function definitions, before all function definitions, before all the function definitions, before, that is before all the function definitions means outside the definition, before and after or anywhere else. Before all the function definitions we used to say, that are called global parameters. Sir, when do you go for global parameters? What is the need of it? When do you prefer that? Global parameters are variables, whatever it is. Parameters we can say, or variables also we can say. Dear students, carefully listen, ma. The purpose of global parameters or variables is to represent common values. Suppose I have 10 functions in my place. For all the 10 functions, one common value is required. We don't take that value inside the function definition again and again, again and again. How many times I will take? Only one time. Outside I will take it. Are you following, ma? Global parameters are global variables. The purpose of the purpose of the purpose of global parameters are variables. The purpose of global parameters are variables. Is that to store what values? Common values. Is that to store what values? Common values. Is that to store common values. The purpose of global parameters are variables is that to store what values? Common values. And they are accessed in all the functions. They are accessed in where? All the functions. They are all accessed in all the functions. Dear students, try to understand very carefully. Try to understand very carefully. Global parameters are those which are accessible in all the functions. What values will be there? Common values will be there, and they are accessed, in all the function definitions. In all the function definitions. So coming to the point back, they're all accessed in all the function definitions. Right? Done. Sir, what about the local parameters? Local parameters are nothing but the variables used inside the function body. We already discussed even in our class also. Why do you use local parameters? Can anybody can tell the concept? Can anybody can use the, can anybody can tell this word? Local parameters, local variables or parameters are those which are defined inside the function body. When do you prefer that? When do you prefer that? Can anybody can tell? When do you prefer that, ma? Everybody should tell that answer. Local parameters are variables. Local parameters are variables are those which are defined within the function body. Within the function body, within the function definition, no problem. Within the function body, if you want, I will write particular word. Within the function body. Are you understanding that point? What I am saying that within the function body. Yes, we are understanding. What is the purpose of it? What is the purpose of that within the function body? Why do you prefer in which case? The purpose of local parameters is to store the temporary results, whether you remembered or not. Local variables are always used for storing which results? Which results? Temporary results. Temporary results. Next line I will write it. The purpose of what? Local parameters are variables. The purpose of local parameters are variables. The purpose of local parameters are variables. The purpose of local parameters are variables. Is to store temporary results. Is to store what results? Temporary results. Temporary results or temporary values. Temporary values we will use it. The purpose of local parameters or variables is that to store what values? Temporary results or what values? Perfect. We understand. So where do you access local variables? Inside the function definition, can I access in outside place? Yes, ma, Srushti, good. Where can I access that local variables? Inside the function definition only. Can I access anywhere else outside of the function definition? We cannot. We cannot. So I can write, and if you want, I can continue that place itself. I can continue the continuation part, and they can be accessed, and they can be accessed. They can be accessed inside of corresponding. They can be accessed inside of the corresponding function definition. Inside of the corresponding function definition. Function definition. Inside of the corresponding function definition. Inside of the corresponding function definition. And not possible to access. And not possible to access. Not possible to access outside of the function definition. Outside of function definition. I hope that you are understanding. It's not possible to access outside of what? Function definition. I hope you are following my discussion, what I am making. Yes, perfect. So perfectly, we are understanding the discussion here, what exactly the meaning of this entire thing. Perfect. So let me go for the example at this stage. Okay, right. Let's watch this one example here. Right. Wherever we are coming across common value representation, I will go for the, what do you call? Let us take, suppose there is one student, deaf, learn DS, data science. There's one function I am taking, ma. There is one function I am taking, learn data science. Learn what? DS. I'm just taking some small example. So the student is learning DS, data science. Print. To learn data science. What is the coding? What is the coding? What is the programming? Which programming we need? To learn data science, which coding programming is required? Python is required. Okay, right. To learn data science, Python programming is required. Right. So to learn that, we require some type of thing. For example, let us make it one thing. To learn data science, I will just write some closing. For example, now I'm writing one more. Here. Deaf, I'm saying learn AI. To learn artificial intelligence, to learn AI, I'm writing AI. We need Python programming. One more function I will take it. Learn something like IoT, Internet of Things. To learn IoT, we require Python programming compulsory. IoT, we are writing. IoT, we are learning. Right, dear students, I am saying that here I am writing. For all these things, I want one variable, one value I want to take it. CRS is equal to Python. I am taking Python. Here I am writing C. So Python is one variable which is defined before all the functions. Srushti, listen, mom. So CRS is equal to Python. We are saying that. So here CRS is called what? Here CRS is called what? Global variable we can call. What variable it is called? Global variable we can call. Global. So it is called what variable? Global variable we can call. Global variable we can call. Right. CRS is called what variable? Global variable we can call. Right. So this global variable I want to access in DS. I can access in AI. I can access into IoT also we can access. See that, comma. We need programming language. We need Python programming. So I will write dot format of CRS I am writing. Is it understandable? In this place, what is substituted? CRS. CRS is called what? Global variable. Can I access or not? You can access this part. Similarly, you come to this place. To learn AI, we need programming, CRS. We need this type of programming, CRS. Similarly, I will write this part also. I will write this part also. What is that? To learn IoT, we need what format of CRS. So the CRS value we are accessing in all the places. CRS is the value we are accessing in all the places. I hope you are understanding about the CRS is written in this place. And then I will write the main program. I will write the main program. So I'm accessing this. This is nothing but global variable example 1.py. So coming to the main program I am taking. Main program I am taking. What is the main program here I am taking here? Very, very simple, ma. Very, very simple. Here I wrote this line here. Yes, ma. Coming to the point of it, calling the functions. Now I want to call the functions. Calling the functions. How do you call the functions? How do you, something extra brackets, huh? Okay, 1 minute, ma. Let me remove that. Okay, done. Okay, ma, removed. So main program, you come to it. Now I'm talking about learn ds. I want to call this function. I want to call this function. Yes. Next, I want to give some. First, you execute this part. First, you try to execute this part. So go to the location of it. Go to the location of it. Into this place only. Into your location. Into is it your location? Yes. So I'll go to the 9 a.m. Under that functions. Now I want to save it. Let us save it in a normal global variable example 1. I will call all the functions, ma. I will call all the functions. So G colon, say caviar, Python, say something like 9 a.m. CD. Now I'm taking it as what here, functions. Functions I am taking. Yes. Schema, Python, and global variable example 1. I am getting to learn data science, we need Python program, right? Next, I will write one more here. One more here, I will write it. Learn AI. Learn AI. I'm writing AI. Next, I'm writing one more. Learn what? IoT. Learn IoT. Just to see that, no, I got all the values. To learn anything, we need Python programming, Python programming, Python programming. All of them are required here. All of them are required here. So this is a global variable here. I hope you people understand what I'm trying to say. So CRS is taken here. Even you can take this CRS here also, no problem at all. In the main program place also, I can take it. Not an issue. You can take like this also. So you can take there also. You are taking Python programming. No, there is no problem at all. But don't try to take in unsituational places. Unsituational places, you don't try to take it. Don't take like that. Name CRS not find. Why? Because Python is an interpreted language. When you taken it as a last part, 14th place, if you take it, you are line number 11. Line number 11 means it is going to the line number 3. Line number 11 to it is going to this place. It is looking for CRS. So interpreter don't know the line number 14 because it know line number 11 and then line number 3. That's why you cannot go for recognizing that. That's why we must be careful enough in using the global parameter. Before calling all the functions, we need to go for using this. Are you able to understand this, ma? Are you able to understand this? Are you able to follow this concept? This is called a global variable discussion. Omkar, try to follow me, ma. Try to follow. I told so many times for you, and don't lose the respect towards your doubt. Okay, last and final. I don't want to say next and final. So don't lose the respect towards your doubt. It's up to you. Finally, I never going to talk about that. Okay, right. So coming to the next local variables I want to talk about. Then I will come across these keywords are there. I will explain that. Okay, right. Coming to the point of it. Next, we go for, so this CRS is known as what? Global variable here. Global variable here. We can access throughout our entire place. Now, next I'm going to introduce one more kind of discussion. What is the next discussion I'm going for? Something like this. Let's watch this example. What is that example I'm going to take? Something like this. Watch. Here only, in this place only, look at that. See, now I'm taking one more example because I want to give the clarity for all of the students to understand. CRS is equal to this one. Let us go for live. I'm going to take live. So I'm going to take something like this, learn. So this learn is a data science. So subject is what here? Subject is what? Data science. Subject is AI. Learn AI. It is called AI. So there is a different courses are there. Course one, I will write course one. I will write CRS1. Function name is called course one. Course one. In this course one, what is the subject is learning? Subject is a data science, which is local to the course one only. So I will just cut it. Sub one is equal to data science. Sub one is called data science. Then I will write to learn. I am writing here data science. I am writing DS. Sub one. This is called sub one, comma CRS. To learn this data science, we need Python programming. What is CRS? Is a global variable. Global variable. Next, I am going to introduce learn. This is called course 2. Course 2 you see. Course 2. Course 2. Next here, sub 2 is equal to AI. AI. Now I'm writing to learn AI. To learn AI, we need the programming like this, comma, what I'm writing here, sub 2, comma, CRS I'm taking. CRS. Sub 2, to learn this AI, we need this programming. Next, I'm learning course 3. Course 3. Course 3. Course 3 I am taking. What is this course 3 says? Sub 3 is equal to, I am saying that here, something like this. What is that now? I am taking, sub 3 is called what? IoT. IoT I am taking. IoT I am taking. To learn IoT, we need a programming like this. What I am saying here, sub 3, comma, CRS3, sub 3 IoT. Now CRS is called which variable? This data science. Sub 1, sub 2 are called what? Here, sub 1. Sub 1 is called what? Everybody is called which variable? Local variable we can call. Local variable we can call. Local variable. Local variable we can call. What is sub 2? What is sub 2? What is sub 2 here? Sub 2 is called what? Local variable again. What is sub 3 is called? What is sub 3 is called? Local variable we can call. What is CRS is called? What is CRS is called? Global variable. Just to try to print it. Just to try to print it. I am saying here local. I am saying that local. I am saying that local variable example 1.py. So coming to the point of it, local variable example 1.py. Local variable example 1.py. Now I did not call the function. So now I need to call. So what is that one? Course 1 I want to call. Course 1 you see. Course 1, course 2, course 2. I say course 2. Now I will say course 3. Course 3 you see. Course 3. Yes. Now you execute. Now see the result of it. Data science, AI, IoT. For example, course 3, third course 3 person also want to learn AI also. He is trying to access one more to learn first course, and then second course he is also learning. He is learning second course also. Writing, here he is writing, sub 1 also is writing, comma, sub 1 is writing. Is it possible? Is it possible to access or not? Line number 11, sub 1. Sub 1 is a local variable inside of where? Inside of line number in this function course 1, local variable. He is trying to access in other function, which is possible or not possible? Not possible. 101% they cannot access. 101% they cannot access. 101% they cannot access. See the result of it. See the result of it. We got sub 1 is not defined. In which line? Line number 11. Line number 11 error. Line number 11. It is an error. It is not possible to access. So sub 1 we cannot access into course 3. So I can say one simple conclusion here. What I am saying here, I am giving you as an idea for you, as a giving an idea. Here we cannot access. We can't access. We can't access. We can't access sub 1 and sub 2. sub1 and sub2. Sub1 and sub2. Here, what is the course 2? What is the course 2? I am trying to access here. What is that? What is this now? Sub 3. Sub 3 we cannot access, as well as sub 1 also we cannot access. Sub 3 and sub 1. What about here? We cannot access. Here we cannot access, because local variables, this is called sub 2, as well as sub 3 we cannot access here. Local variables are restricted to that particular function only, not for anything else. I hope that you are understanding this. Sub 2 and sub 3 we cannot access it. We cannot access it. So let's execute. We got the answer for those kind of things. To learn data science, we need Python programming. To learn AI, this is the way how we are going to do that. Fine. Coming to the point of it. Next discussion is related to local variable scope you understood, and a local variable scope you understood, and a global variables scope also we understood. Now, next level of explanation I'm going to give you. Right. So, next level we want to go for using it. We cannot access the local variable for one function to another function. So, next going for another discussion now. Look at that now. If anybody want to access the local variable in other place, what you will do? If you want to access this local variable in other place, what you will do? Can anybody answer my question? Can anybody answer my question? You have to go for return that value. Return that value. We know return statement. Do you know return statement? So I can say return sub 1. Already we discussed that part. Results are placed in temporary variables, and we used to return that value. Once we return, then we can call in other place. But without returning, you cannot access it. I already explained that part. If you read the notes, the doubt will not come. If you read, you will not get that type of doubt. Right. So already done, Sumant Gaud, already done. It is done already in our classes. So many examples has done. You see that where I explained that part of it. Approach number 4. You see the approach number 4. Already explained. Return of C is a local variable. Return of ABC. Already done. If you without reading the notes, we cannot understand. ABC already done. Here I explained ABC. I explained the tuple object and everything is done. So already explained. So coming to the point back, this is completed. Now I am going for further explanation about the local variables. Carefully try to follow me. So once it is done, again and again the same thing will not be shown in the class. You have to read the notes. Without reading the notes, how can you understand? Right? You have to. Right. Coming to the next discussion now. Look at that. Fine. Now, global variables, how we are going to use it. Look at. It's a very, very powerful example. Global variable example, example 2.5. Global variable example 2.5. Now I am writing A is equal to 10. Careful, all of you. Def. Now I am talking about update. Update is one function. Update is one type of function. So it is, don't think that it is a predefined function. Update val. If you want, you can add one more word. Update val. Next, update val 1. This you take it as update value 1. So next I will take one more type of function here. Update value 2. Take one more type of function here. Update value 2. Two functions I am having here. Update value 1. Update value 2. Two functions are there for me. In this place, I am saying that value of global variable. I am saying that dot format of A. Carefully follow. Format of A. Very, very, very important point I am mentioning here. Right. Now I am writing here value of global variable. Format of this. Which line it is? Line number 7. line number 7. It is line number 7. Line number 7, this is. Line number 7. Line number 7. Right. Line number 7. Fine. Line number 7. Value of global variable, format of a value of this. So let's save once. Yes. Careful, ma. If I say directly that point, you cannot catch me. That's why I'm going to explain different ways for you. So need to call that functions also. Moreover, you need to call. What is that? Update value 1, update value 2, update value 2. Yes. Now you explain, you got the result. 10, 10, you got it. You can access, no problem at all. Now my point is, I want to change the value of A. I want to change the value of A. Value of A, value of global variable, line number 4, this one, line number 4, sorry, line number 4. Before modification, yes, done. Now I want to modify the value of A. How do you modify? I want to increment the value of A. Now I am saying increment the global variable value by 1, global variable value by 1. How do you increment? Increment the global variable value by 1. How do you increment? Quickly, all of you. A is equal to, come on, all of you. Everybody will say A is equal to A plus 1. A is equal to A plus 1. They will say like this. And what is the value of A? Come on, quickly. What is the value of A? What is the value of A? Line number 7 I am saying now. Line number 7 I am saying. That is going to be global variable after modification. After modification. What is this? People will think that this is, I'm not going to call. Update 2, I'm not going to call. This I don't want to bother about at this stage. So I don't want to bother about it. So I will keep it in the commenting line. Keep it in the commenting line, no problem. A is equal to A plus 1, line number 7. Everybody will think that it is called 11. It is called 11, and they will think that it is called 10. It's a normal tendency, everybody will think. But it cannot increment that value. It is a normal tendency, everybody will think that. But it cannot. See the error. See the error. Why it cannot think is, when the interpreter is coming to this line number 6, line number 4, line number 6, when it is coming, it is just treating this A as a local variable only. Because when it comes to A is equal to A plus 1, it forgets about the previous A. It forgets about the previous A. When it is doing A plus 1, it will try to retrieve the value of A locally. So when it comes to line number 6, previously up to here line number 4, it is remembering the value of A because you are just retrieving the value. But here when you are modifying the value of A, it is treated by the Python environment as local variable only. So in the local variable place, what is this A? To modify this value of A value to be defined inside of this update value 1. Since that A is not there, immediately it is going to be an error. So let us execute and try to follow. See that error it is called. Local variable A referenced before assignment. That means when you are going to assign the value to A, it should be assigned with some value. Are you following, guys? So it is not like other languages directly to modify the value of A. Dear students, now we are entering into A is equal to A plus 1. We are not able to modify here. In order to modify the value of A, we need to refer one keyword is there. What is the keyword? Global. I decided to modify the value of global variable. I need to write global A, you need to write global A. This is what I put it into this place. Global keyword. I need to put it into that place. Global A. Then your Python environment is thinking, oh, A is going to be called as a global. Then A it is thinking that it is called a global. I hope you are following me. I hope you people are following. Are you able to follow me? Are you able to understand my discussion? Yes, it's not only necessary to write here. It is not only necessary to write here. You can write even in the before the function also. It is not only necessary to write here. You can write in this place also. You can say not an issue. Global A. Then it is just a printing. For reading purpose, you need not to say. This is I am using here global. There is a global function is also there. I am going to explain separately. First, I am talking about this kind of thing. So try to enjoy that. Global A. So A is equal to A plus 1. Line number 4. Value of global variable before modification. 10 only will come. And after that A is equal to A plus 1. What will happen? This A is equal to A plus 1. It is going to reflect to what? This A only. What is the value of A? It was earlier 10. Now it is going to become what? 11. 11 it is going to become. Line number 7, line number 8 I am writing here. Line number 8. The value of global variable after modification is going to become 11. Let's observe it. Let's observe it now. Coming to the point back here. So you got line number 4. Value of global variable is before modification is called 10 and after modification is called 11. 11. Now coming to this main program, here I will print off, watch it, print off, print off, print off, update value of 1. This is executed. Now tell me value of global variable, value of global variable in main program I am saying. So global variables are common for all of them. Global variable, value of global variable in main program, at which line? At which line? Line number 16. Line number 16. See that somebody is asking what is the line number, sir? So what can I answer for them? I don't understand. Whether they are watching the program or not, I don't know. So coming to the point of it, value of global variable in main program, line numbers here 1, 2, 3, 4. Whether they are watching this program or not, I don't know. This is called a line number 1, line number 2, line number 3. This type of things are called line numbers. See that. So value of global variable in main program. Which line I am in? 16th line I am in. 16th line. Line value of global variable in main program. This is for your understanding purpose. I am printing the line numbers. Line numbers I am printing. Value of global variable in main program. Just I am writing main. So I am writing here dot format of A. I am saying A. I am saying A. Now coming to the point of it, coming to the point back here. So what is the value printed? What is the value printed here? Come on, quickly, everybody. Yes, ma. I want to print before the value printed. Line number 4, line number 5. This is line number 5. What is the value printed there? Line number. What is the value printed there? Right. It is 10 is printed. It is 10 is printed. It is modified. Line number 8 is printed how much? Line number 8 is printed how much? 11. 11. It is coming to from this place it went there. Line number 14. What is the value printed? Line number 14. What is the value printed? Quickly, all of you. 11. It is printed 11. 11 is printed. 11. 11 is printed. Just to execute it. Just to execute it, all of you. Line number 14, 16, this one. 14. Okay, let it be. Whichever line is there, just you try to print it. Whichever line is there, you just print it. So done. Line number 14. Line number 14. 11. So once it is complete, once it is modified, it reflects to the entire programming. It reflects to the entire programming. Now I will call update to 2. Now I will go for calling update to 2. Update to 2 function I want to call it. Update to function I want to call it. Line number 11. Line number 11. Line number 8. Line number 5. Line number 11 I am going to call. Value of global variable in main program. Line number 14. Tell me, you are going to call line number 11. What is the function you are calling again? What is the function you are calling? Update value. Update value 2 you are calling. Update value 2 means it is going to update value 2. I'm printing the line number. What is this? I can say 11 is printed. Now I'm going to modify. Again, I want to modify A is equal to A star 2, A star 2, I want to say. Multiplication. Come on quickly. Will it be error or will it be error or done? Will it be error or done? Error or done? All of you. Will it be will it be multiplied or error? All of you. Somebody is saying 20. So whether they have the understanding or not, I don't know. Any global variable you want to modify, compulsory we need to use global keyword. Otherwise you will get error, I told you. Right? See the error once. See the error once. See the error once. Error. Line number 11. Trying to modify error. Just now I told you. Again they are saying that something. So I need to write what here? Globals. Global. I need to write a global A. Global A. Global A. Then you go for what? Update it. Now print the value of it. Now you print the value of it. Now I'm going to print the value of it. See how easy to print the value of it. How? Line number 14. Line number 14. I will say this is 14. Line number 14. Value of global variable after modification. How much is the value of it? How much is the value of it? Can anybody can say? Srusti, you are saying going wrong direction, Amma. What is the value of it? It is going to be, who is saying 20? That is called wrong answer, out of order. It is called 22. It is called 22. Mr. Those who are saying 20, please keep your brain concentratedly here. This is called a main program here. This is called a main program. So main program. Once you say update, first A value will be taken. That is 10. So once it is update value is done, here it is going to the update value 1. Global A value of A 10 is printed. A is equal to A plus 1. It is incremented. A value becomes 11. A value becomes 11. That modified value printed. Came to the main program. Value of A, line number 17 here. It is printed what? 11. Global variable. Update value 2. It is going to the update value 2. Update value 2. Right? So, update value 2. When update value 2 means what is happening? Value of A, format of A. How much is printed here? How much is printed there? Yes, can anybody can say 11. Global A, what is the value of A printed? 11 into 2. How much is printed? 22. And 22 will be printed. If you don't understand, how can you survive, Uma? So coming to the point of it, yes, before that we need to use, before you are going to modify, you need to use prior to that it is saying. So say this part wherever you are using, when you decided to modify, before that only you need to use it is saying. See that here, the error itself you see, name A is used prior to the global declaration. You try to use global keyword before you are going to do anything with the global variable. If you don't modify this now, don't use global. When you want to modify the value of the global variable, definitely prior to the modification, before modification, we must write a global keyword. Otherwise, you will get an error. Otherwise, you will get an error. 101%, you must be so careful. See the result of it. Line number 5, global variable before modification 10. Line number 8, global variable after modification 11. Value of global variable in main program 11. And then line number 11, global variable modification 11. 11 after modification. Once again, I am calling the update value to, it is becoming 22. This is the result of it, how you got the things. I hope you people are understanding what is my discussion of global keyword. Are you able to understand the global keyword here? Yes, what is the global keyword here? What is the global keyword here? Yes, ma, I want to know what is the global keyword here. That I want to write it because this is a very, very important discussion in the class. Now I'm talking about in this place only, I want to give you the clarity of global keyword because it's a very short concept only, but we need to understand about the global keyword. Global keyword, we are talking about it. Global keyword, we are talking about it. What is the global keyword here? Now I'm writing the important here, importance. When we want to modify, when we want to modify the value of, when we want to modify the value of global variable, global variable. When we want to modify the value of global variable within the function definition, within the function definition, within the function definition, within the function definition, all of you should follow. When we want to modify the value of global variable within the function definition, within the function definition, then first, what we need to do? First, we must refer. First, we must refer. First, we must refer. First, we must refer or point. We must refer or point the global variable. Global variable. We must refer the global variable. We must refer the global variable by using which keyword? Global keyword. I am writing in single quote. Global keyword. By using global keyword. By using global keyword. By using global keyword. And modifications modifications can take place. And modifications can take place. Modifications can take place. Modifications can take place. Right. So coming to the point of it, and point to the global variable by using global keyword, and modifications can takes place. Can takes place. 1 minute. Can takes place. Fine. Can takes place without global keyword. If we try to modify in the bracket, if we write it, if we try to modify, if without global keyword, I'm writing without global keyword, without what keyword? Global keyword. If we try to modify, what will happen? If we try to modify, we get an error. If we try to modify the global variable value, we get a error. We get error. Right? Done. We get error. So what is the syntaxes are? What is the syntaxes are? I just want to give you the syntax. We want to give you the syntax. Let's watch the syntax now. Let's watch the syntax now. Syntax, you watch it. Right. So let us follow the syntax. Let us follow the syntax. What is the syntax here? Some global variables are there. Some statements are there. So I'm writing here variable name. Variable name is equal to value 1. Variable name is equal to value 1. Here, like A, I'm talking about it. Like A, I'm talking about A is called what variable? Here I can write. Here, A is called what? Global variable. A is called global variable. Global variable is called a global variable. Okay, right. Let's move to the concept part here. Concept part I am coming. Here, variable name is called global variable. Global variable. Yes, is called a global variable. Is called a global variable. Okay. Then dear students, after the some more variables may be there, some other kind of global variables may be there, many more variables may be there, right? Then I'm writing one function definition. Def function name, yes. Now I will write some statements here. Some statements may be there. Then you decided to modify the value of this. So I need to write what? Global, and you are writing variable name. So it is called what? Referring global variable value. Global variable value. Okay, super. Now I am trying to say, there I will try to write variable name is equal to variable name plus 2 minus 2 star 2, whatever the operation. It is called modifying. I'm writing modifying the global variable value. Modifying the global variable value. Perfect. Global keyword is written. Global keyword is written. Global keyword is written. So somebody else, Nasiruddin, what is that global variable? Global Global keyword you want me to write, like this, global keyword you want me to write like this, what is written here, what is written here, what is written here? Global only, global keyword, Nasiruddin, right? Please learn the things more. When the course is increasing, we should have so much of knowledge to gain it daily. So global, global is written and your variable name is supposed to be written. You see what is written? Global and then variable is written. Global and then variable is written. Global keyword you want to write, huh? What is that, ma? Right. So global and then variable name is supposed to write. Variable name is equal to variable name plus 2, modifying the global variable value. I hope you people are understanding what is this global concept is. Is it understandable, ma? Is it okay for it? And I will post the corresponding examples also. Here, how to modify the global variable value. It is clear for all of you, I think so. It is clear for all of you, I think so. Okay, now it is the time to see. Now it is the time to see what is the next example I'm going to talk about here. What is the next example I'm going to talk about here? Let's watch. Let us watch this example now. Let us watch this example now. I am talking about local variables and global variables are same. That time what will happen? Global variables and local variables are same. What will happen? That is the next stage I am going to introduce. First of all, are you okay? I am talking about only global variable. Global variable modification I am talking. We got the clarity. Is everybody's full clarity is there? Is everybody is having full clarity here? Now I am going to discuss another discussion in the class. Another discussion that I am going to address in the class about this discussion. See that globals. I am talking about the globals. I am using this type of another function, right? Global keyword, and then globals function I am going to talk about it. Right. Coming to the point of it, globals I am going to talk. Right. So let us move to the next example. Through some example, I will make you to understand in the class. Right. So again, this Mr. Nasiruddin is having this doubt. You see how he is going to do, whether he is listening the class or not, I don't know. Of course, being a student of mine, when he is getting this type of things, so sad to hear. See that global variable value is equal to global keyword anta. So see that, is it correct? Is it correct? Is it correct? Global variable value is equal to global keyword. Huh? What is that? I don't understand. Let it be, leave it. I don't want to go for that. Global's keyword, global keyword is done. And then next I'm going for global's keyword, this part. Let's go to the next discussion in the class. Next discussion, I want to enter into the globals function. So when the course is increasing, please improve your knowledge, ma. So don't day by day getting reduced, right? Coming to the point of it. Next example, global variables plus local variables, I'm talking about it. Global plus local example. Global, local example dot py. Global local example dot py. Right. Now see what I'm going to answer it. What I'm going to answer it. A is equal to 10. Carefully understand. B is equal to 20. B is equal to 20. 20. C is equal to 30. And D is equal to 40. These are my values, for example. What are these ABC are called? The name itself says. What is this ABCD are called? See, the program itself says. It is written from the beginning of the program. It is called global variables only. Global variables. Here, ABC, A, comma B, comma C are called, D are called global variables. Global variables. Variables they are called. Global variables they are called. Perfect. Now I'm going to say def operations. Def operations. This is my function. Now here also, now I want to modify the value of CD. I want to modify the value of CD. Can anybody can say how to modify the value of CD? I want to increment the value of A. I want to increment the value of C. I want to increment the value of D. How do you increment? How do you increment? I want to increment the value of C. I want to increment the value of D. How do you increment? You need to write. No, I don't tell me the concept. You tell me how do you write it. How do you write it? You don't tell me. Global C comma D. C comma D. Global variable, two variables na global C comma D. If you want to modify so many C comma D comma E comma so many, you can write it. Actually, these are very, very simple. Nothing is there to get confused in this case. C comma D. Okay. Increase the value of C is equal to C plus 1. C is equal to C plus 1. D is equal to D plus 1. D is equal to D plus 1. So here, what is the value of this? Becomes C is going to become what? What is the C is going to become what? 31. And then D is going to become what here? D is going to become what? 41. D is going to become 41. D is equal to D plus 1, 41. 41. Right. So C is equal to C plus 1, D is equal to D plus 1. C value 31, D value is called 41. Yes, done. Now, dear students, all of a sudden, I am having A is equal to 100, B is equal to 200. A is equal to 200, B is equal to 200. Generally, everybody will think what? This A value was 10 and 20. They will be thinking that it is going to be modifying. It is not going to be taken as this values. Here, this AB are called, here AB, here A and B, here A and B are called local variables, are called local variables, are called what? Local variables. A is equal to 10. I will write it directly. A is equal to 100. B is equal to 200. These are called local variables. Excellent. So here, if you want to write, I can write here, modifying the value of global variables. Of course, you already know, I need not write again and again. Now my interest is, I want to add some variable I am taking. What is that variable I am taking? Result is equal to, I want to add C and D. If I write C, what is substituted? If I write C plus D, what is substituted? What is substituted? All of you tell me. 31 plus 41, right? Very good. Very good. Plus, carefully understand. A plus B, I am writing. What is the value substituted here? When I write A plus B, what is the value substituted? 100 and what? 200 will be substituted. A, C plus D, 31 plus 41. 31 plus 41, how much? It is a 72, sorry, 72 plus 100 plus 200. It is called 300. 300. Now you just print the result. Print of result is equal to format of say something like a result. Right. Very, very important to take any person and they don't know anything about this part. So main program. So call the operations function. Call your operations function. Yes. Save this code. Global example1 example.py. So let's go to this place functions. You save this place. Right. Then say py global example.py. I got okay, where it is saved, ma. Okay, special city is saved. Save as 1 minute, ma. Go to the functions place, you save it. Yeah. Now see, the result is called what? 372. We got the result called 372. That means in this place, it is taken as what? 31 plus 41 plus A plus B. Carefully listen. Now I'm going to use it. Now I want to use it. I want to refer this AB, global variables I want to refer. If I write again plus A plus B, will it be taken as this global variables? We cannot. Not possible. You cannot. What you will do? Tell me. What you will do? You are saying that, okay, Now you are writing what? Global, global, global A comma B you are saying. A comma B you are saying. When you say global AB, what is this AB will be taken and what is this AB will be taken? This AB. This AB, this AB. What will be taken? This AB 10 plus 20. What is this AB will be taken? 10 plus 20. No, don't think that. Global AB. All of you don't go for innocent knowledge here. Line number 13, global AB. When line number 14, the Python interpreter is coming, AB will be treated as what? Strictly speaking, this AB, the output is going to come here as what? 31 plus 41 plus 10 plus 20. 10 plus 20 plus what? 10 plus 20. Right. So this is the answer, you may get it. This is an answer, you may get it. See this, A is assigned before the declaration. You are trying to assign this variable A. So already you are taking A here. Now you are taking this A here. Now you are taking this A. When you are taking global of this, what about this A is asking? What about this B is asking? When you are saying global AB, what is this A and what is this B? And global AB is not possible. So global keyword is used for what? Global keyword is used for what? Whenever I refer, this A is equal to 100 and B is equal to, no confusion here, very clearly I am saying. Whenever you say A is equal to 100, B is equal to, okay, straightforward, let me tell you. Because if I try to increase your brainstorming, you are not catching me getting confused. Local variables, and these are the global variables. Here, if when I say A plus B and A plus B, both of them are treated as a local variable only. If I want to refer that global variable, you need to write what? Simple. Some temporary variable x1 is equal to globals of, globals of, what is that? Globals of. Globals is a function. You need to write that function name. Need to write it. I will write in the square bracket, syntax I'm saying square bracket, say A inside of it. Say inside of it. Globals function of A, you write A, that A. Then X is going to contain the value 10. Next, X2 is equal to, what is that now? Globals function of, say what here? You are saying globals function of, say what here? B you say, B you say. Then you write what here? X1 plus X2. Tell me the answer now. What is the answer is going to come? 31 plus 41 plus how much? 100 plus 200 plus, what is the value of A? 10 plus 20. 10 plus 20. What is an answer total? So 372 previously we got it. What is the result is going to come? Yes. Try to execute. Why that entire discussion? Straightforward 402. Are you able to understand my points here? It is not at all a difficult, very, very dead easy. Okay. Now, if you want one more kind of answer, one more example, I will take it. Nothing to worry about it. Yes, here. Now say global, local, example 2.5. Okay, hash. Yes. Take here P is equal to 1, Q is equal to 2, R is equal to 3. 1, 2, 3. PQR is equal to, okay, def update value, R find result. Yes, there also I am having P is equal to 10, Q is equal to 20, and R is equal to what? R is equal to 30. Result is equal to P plus Q plus R. Result is equal to dot format of result. Now save this code. Now I am writing Now I am writing this type of answer. Go to the location of it, functions here, global functions here. Now I'm going to say, now you see, say pi, I will say this answer. What is the result is coming? Now I need to call the function also. Now I need to call or not? Need to call ma. Already you are aware of that main program I am writing. Need to call main program. Yes. See the result what we got it ma. What is happening? Find the result. Yes. 1 minute. Simple line space also coming. Not that one. 60 is the answer. 60 is the answer. Are you getting my point? Here I gave some spot. Line number 13, I gave a small space. That's why that problem is. Are you getting that answer? So PQR is treated as which variables? Which variables they are treated now? Which variable they are treated? Yes, printer. Local variable. Local variable P is equal to local variable P is equal to format of P. Format of P. Here I am writing local variable Q. Local variable Q. It is a Q. Next local variable R is equal to I am writing R. Just to see that we got the result. Local variable 10, 20, 30, result is 60. Now I want to retrieve global variable values also here. For that, what we do? This is called local variables. Here I will write it for your clarity. Here P comma Q comma R are called what variables? Local variables. Local variables. Done. Now I will go for get the global variables. In this case, you cannot use globals keyword. Why? When I use globals keyword PQR, this will become a problem. When local variables and global variables are same, global keyword will not work out. What should I do? What should I do that time? I should go for very intelligently. I need to apply my logic. X1 is equal to which function I will use it? Globals. Globals. Globals function. Globals function. Globals function. How do you write it here? How do you write it here? Say what? P. What is the value retrieved? What is the value retrieved? P value will be retrieved. P value will be retrieved. P value will be retrieved. What is that? Where I am storing in X1. Similarly, I will go for what? X2. X2. It is called what? Q. Q. That is called X2. Next is called what? It is going to be called X3. It is going to be called as R. Then this is called a local variables. So global variables I preserved into X1, X2, X3. When local variables and global variables are same, you cannot use the global keyword at all. Only globals function we use to use it. Now you print. For this kind of thing, you want to use it. You want to use it here also. You want to use it. What I am using? Yes. So global variable P. Global variable P. Yes. Global variable Q. Global variable I am saying. Global variable R. Local variable R. PQR. In place of this, what I will write it? X1 and I will write what? X2. X2 and I will write X3. That's it. So here I will write plus X1 plus X2 plus X3. Are you okay? Are you okay with this? Are you okay, guys? Now see, result is called 66. Result is called 66. Result is called 66. I hope I am clear for all of you. I hope I am clear for all of you. Okay. So when local variables and global variables are same, we cannot go for writing this type of globals keyword is not possible to use. When you see this example, what is happening here? Only global variable is there. Global variable I am using in modifying in other functions only. That time I will go for global keyword and then modify. Right? So That time you will go for it. Local variables, you see, local variables I used only inside of it. See from where I am coming, look, only global variable, which I am using everywhere. Next, see how step by step I am showing you. Global variable with local variables. With step by step I am showing. Next, global variable modification. How I am coming? One by one I am coming. Global variable modification. One by one I am coming. Only global variable modification. Only global variable modification. One by one. Spoon feeding level of explanation I am giving. Next, you see here, A, B, C values are there. A, B, C, D values are here. And then global CD. Why I am taking global CD here? Modifying the value of A, B. Modifying the value of CD. Okay. Local variables also you are taking. That time you cannot write global C comma D. When you take global C comma D, what A comma B, you will get error. You will get error. So global example. Now try to go for global example. So you got 672 here. What is the 672 here? What is the 672 here? Of course, these are taken this part. You keep it a comment here. Keep it a comment here. Keep it a comment here. This x1 and x2 you remove for a minute. You remove for a minute. Then you see that 372 we got it. 372 we got it. So what is the 372 we got it here? Even though you referred these AB values, they are not taken as AB here. They are giving the preference to what? Local variables only. They are not giving the preference for AB. So we cannot apply that type of discussion. We must be careful enough in using that kind of things. So global's function you use to retrieve the global variable. This is one of the most important thing. This is only modification, and this is a purely retrieving the global variable and local variable. Wherever this concept is coming, you will be number one if you listen carefully. If you don't remember this, we can't do anything else. So example 2, we got the result like this. Global example, and then last one is called what? Global example 2. I got the global variables and the local variables, and whose result also I got it. Yes. Yes. Suryavamshi, thank you, ma. Suryavamshi, thank you. Right. So I hope you people understand the importance of this entire thing. Right. So dear students, are you okay with this explanation? Are you okay with this kind of concepts now? So I hope you people got what is the description which I gave you here. Yes. Right? Fine. Now let us go to the, this is what I'm going to introduce in this case. So here we understand what is that now global keyword we are understanding at this moment. What is this global keyword we are understanding here? Very, very simple. We got the discussion in this case. Now see, now see, in this case, let me finish this concept also. Let me finish this concept also. So global keyword explanation I gave you. Global keyword explanation I gave you. Now I'm going to say globals function. I'm going to write it. Globals function. I'm going to tell you globals function. So let us go to the globals function. What is this happening? Globals function. Let us watch. So easy. What is the discussion I said? Whenever the global variable names and the local variable names are same, listen my words carefully, because even in the interview point also you need to say the same thing. Listen, Amma, let me complete it. Program I will show you, don't worry. Let me tell you the concept here. Let me frame the concept. When the global variable names and the local variable names are same, then to do the operations on both global variables and local variables, where sir, where we have done, sir, we want to do the operations on both local variables as well as global variables, both local variables as well as global variables, both local variables as well as global variables. Then to do the operation on both of them, you cannot write p plus q plus r, you cannot write p plus q plus r. You have to compulsory retrieve the global variable values by using globals of p, globals of p, globals of q. This we need to write compulsory with this syntax. Otherwise, it is not at all possible. To do the operations on both local variables and global variables directly, then PVM generates ambiguity problem. Ambiguity means what? PQR plus PQR, if we write it, it gives preference to what? Local variables only. So global variables will be, global variable values can be retrieved by using globals function. If I write PQR plus PQR, again if I write PQR plus PQR, if I write it, PQR plus PQR, if we write it, PVM gives the preference to whom? PVM will give the preference to whom, ma? PVM will give the preference to local variables only. To retrieve the global variables, I need to use that retrieving the values by using globals function. Globals function, we are using it. Such a globals function, we used it. I hope you are understanding that. So let me write that concept here. Let me write this concept here and I will move forward. I will move forward. So let me write the concept. Let me prepare the concept. Right. So coming to the point of it, let's follow. So if you listen carefully, you can understand very, very carefully here. Look at that. Whenever the global variables, whenever the global variables, all of you read these notes. All of you read what I'm typing. When the global variable names, any names, global variable names, and local variable names are same, or what? Same. Then to do the operations on, to do the operations on both to do the operations on both global and local variables, global and local variables, global and local variables directly we cannot do directly. When we see that whenever the global variable names and local variable names are same, then to do the operations on both global variables and local variables directly, then PVM gives preference, JVM gives preference to the local variables only, but not preference to the local variables only, but not global variables, to retrieve, I will write, to retrieve the global variable values, see the word called to retrieve. I am not saying modification. To retrieve, I am writing. I am not doing the modification. See carefully. See that here. When we want to modify, I wrote here, modify the value of global variable. This is a very, very important. If you don't know, if we don't understand English, it's a problem, because one student asked what is a global keyword again. So it's neglectable. Modify the value of the global variable. Global keyword is required. Retrieve, to retrieve the global variables, global variable values in the function definition, we use globals function only, right? Otherwise it's not at all possible. Because I already told you, giving the preference to whom? Local variables only, but not global variables, To retrieve the global variable values in the function definition, we use a globals function. So globals function syntax I'm going to return. Syntax I'm going to give you. What is the syntax I'm going to give you? Let us watch this syntax. Let us watch this syntax, because straightforward you try to understand this point, ma. I will take global. Here only I will write it. Global, just global. For your remembrance power, variable 1 is equal to value 1. Global variable 2 is equal to value 2. global variable 2 is equal to value 2. So on, global variable n is equal to, value n, variable n, right? Done, right, done. Now I will write the definition here. Definition. What is the definition? Def function name, function name, function name. There I am trying to write some type of discussion here. Local variable 1, local variable name 1 is equal to variable name 1 is equal to, what is that? Globals of, see that, globals of square bracket, need to say what? Global variable 1, global variable 1 I need to write it, global variable 1 I will write it, right? Done. Global variable 1 I will write it. Next I will take variable name 2, variable name 2 is equal to globals of global variable 2 I am writing. So on I will write variable n is equal to globals of n is equal to globals of global variable n. So I hope that you people are understanding what is this global variable 1 and 2 and etc. So I got it, globals of this entire thing, and related to the example also, which I will upload in the notes, Okay, last and final, if anybody want to get it, the same example, you can write in another way also. If you want, I can get it like this. See, I will take like this, just watch it. This is my example here. Global variables, globals, etc. we did. This you remove this. Here I can write global, this part is written. Here ABs are called. Here I can write, here global example 3 I can write in another way also. Here PQR are called what? Global variables, right? Done. Now I want to print this global variable value p. I can write it directly. What is that? Globals of what I'm writing here, just to follow. I'm writing something like p. I'm writing p. I'm writing p. I'm writing. So I will write here global variable dot p. I'm writing. Next I will write this part. So I'm writing this part. Yes. So here I am writing Q. I am writing Q. Here I am writing R. Here I am writing R. Here I am writing R. Fine. R. So I hope PQR format of P. This is anyhow. This is local variables only. Similarly, I will take this sentence. Now I'll take this sentence. If you want to take this result here, you can take this. This is called PQ. Q this is. Then next I will write the R. This is called R. Done. Result of globals of P, globals of Q, globals of R. Result. I'm taking like this. So let's just save this code. Let us save this code of example 3. Out of that, you say example 3 dot find. So I got what is this? STR object has no attribute globals. Which line? Line number 9. Line number 9. Globals of P. Okay. Fine, ma. So it is 1 minute, ma. So it is saying, yeah, it's correct. It's correct because format I need to write. Format. Yes, ma. Format. I forget that. Format you need to write it. Format function you need to write it. We forget that. Format function we need to write it. Format of this part we need to take care. Format. So the result is like this. Are you understanding? Instead of taking the temporary variables, directly I am using the global variables itself. instead of taking temporary variables. Previous example is what? I took it as a temporary variable, x1, x2, x3. So now I'm writing what directly? Now I wrote x1, x2, x3, x1, x2, x3. So I'm writing here what? Globals of P, globals of Q, globals of R. Globals of P, globals of Q, globals of R. So it is done. Dear students, are you perfect in this example? Are you perfect in this case? So if you ask somebody, how do you modify the value of global variable in the function definition? Come on, quickly. Mr. Rohit is asking. Mr. Rohit is asking. Mr. Rohit is asking how to update the value of it. Huh? How to update the value of it? How to updation of global variables value 1. So, sir, updation of global variable value 1. Explained or not explained that part? Already covered. Already covered. Where it is covered? See, here only. Here only. What can I say? I don't understand. Here you see, here modification, modification, modification. Modification is nothing but what, Amma? Modification is nothing but what? Modified. Modified. So they are thinking that modified, then modified means updation only. English meaning of updation is modification only, right? So it is, understand. Now I'm asking question. How do you modify the value of global variable in the function definition? How do you modify the value of global variable in the function definition? By using what? By using what keyword? Global keyword. By using global keyword. By using global keyword. By using global keyword. Next. Globals globals you are using. Global keyword we need to use it. Please be careful with your answers. Now, I want to go for next. Next, I want to go for. I want to modify. I want to refer the global variable values with. I want to modify the global variable values with. With what values? With what values? Local variable values. Global variable values with local variable values. Come on. That time what will happen? Local variables and global variables are same. That time what you will use? Globals function we will use it. Globals function we will use it. So without those kind of things, what are the keywords we learned today? What are the keyword? One keyword we learned plus one function we learned it. One global parameters and local parameters we learned, and then these things are done. When you listen from the beginning of the class, global parameter, global functions, global keyword, global keyword, everything is done. So are you perfect in the functions, ma? Are you perfect in functions? Perfect or not perfect? So I hope you are perfect. I hope you are perfect. Once we read the notes daily, we are perfect. Once we never touch the book at all, we never going to become perfect. Right. So let us have some small questionnaire in the class. How you are going to? Yes, my index also I will send, not a problem. Definitely, what is there? Index also I will send it, not an issue. What is the use of functions now? What is the use of functions? Everybody must answer my questions. What is the use of functions? Come on. How do you write the, what is the purpose of functions? The purpose of functions is to perform the operation and code reusability. Code reusability. I already made you to understand. Performing the operation and performing the code reusability. Because the next day when we are entering into the most perfect, wonderful topic, modules I will introduce in tomorrow's session. What the topic in tomorrow class? Modules we are going to introduce in tomorrow class. That a very perfect sentence we are going to discuss in the further classes, right? So this functions concept will be carry forwarded. This functions concept will be carry forwarded, right? So yes, Satish here, you need to use FUNC tool. We need to go for it. So in tomorrow class, we are going to introduce modules concept in tomorrow. Modules concept, we are going to get it in tomorrow session. So we have to be very careful enough to understand. Modules is nothing but what? Extension of what? Extension of what concept? Functions concept only, which is going to come across. Mr. Shivam, which is going to continued, which is going to be continued in the further classes. Don't worry, don't feel tension for it. So I've seen that already you send the same thing. So 3-4 times I've seen it. Once if I did not address means nothing to worry, which is going to be discussing in the modules concept and further things. Okay, nothing to be happened. We already discussed that kind of concept previously, and which will be carry forwarded in the further classes also. In further classes also will intimate. Lot more things are there to discuss. Okay, one by one, and in the day one only we cannot do everything in one line. So one line only, yeah, that one line only I'm going to tell you in the further. You need to have to come to the point, right? So Harish, yes, ma core Java also will start. We will intimate you, and in meantime you contact in the office also once, right? Right, fine. Yes, ma, Prabhu, that only we are going to cover. That is the topic we are going to cover because it will come in the further classes. Okay, right. Next, tell me how many types of functions are there? How many types of functions are there? Come on, quickly. How many types of functions are there? Two types of functions are there. What are those function names? What are those functions types? Number one is called what? Predefined functions, and number two is called what? Programmer defined functions. Predefined functions and what? Programmer defined functions. Predefined functions are developed by language developers, available as a part of our Python programming. Available as a part of our Python programming, and whose role is to deal with what? Universal requirements are fulfilled. Which requirements are fulfilled, ma? Universal requirements are fulfilled. Right? Perfect. Programmer defined functions are developed by whom? Python programmers, whose role is to deal with what? Project requirements, particular project requirement, which is reusable by the programmers itself. Reusability will be provided by the functions. Write once and call anywhere. Write once, call anywhere kind of approach they are getting it. Good. How many approaches are there to define functions? How many approaches are there to define functions? 4 approaches are there. 4 approaches are there. We have seen different type of 4 approaches in the classes. Are we perfect in 4 approaches or not? Are we perfect in 4 approaches or not? Yes, very perfect. Very good. So coming to the next discussion, can I return more than one value in Python programming? Can I return more than one value in the Python programming? Yes, sir. We can return more than one value in the Python program. We can return more than one value in the Python program. Yes. So we can return. So when more than one value is returning, I can hold in what variable? If I hold it into single variable, what is the type of single variable? What is the type of single variable? Excellent. Pratik, very good, ma'am. It is a tuple. It is a tuple. Srushti, good. It is a tuple. I already told you in the class. Tuple. Very nice. How many types? How many types of parameter passing mechanisms you have? How many types of parameter passing mechanisms you have? Five that are there in front of you. Positional parameters, default parameters, keyword parameters, variable length parameters, and keyword variable length parameters. These many number of functions are available with you. Right. After that, we learned anonymous functions. What is the purpose of anonymous functions? To perform what operation? Excellent. Instant operations. Srushti, good, ma. Srushti, good. To perform what operation? Instant operation, we will use it. So normal functions and anonymous functions, differences also explained in the class. Map function also explained in the class. Reduce function also, map functions also. With the normal functions and anonymous functions, we explained. And today we covered what? Globals keyword and globals function also explained in the today's class. So perfect. So which operator we are using to develop anonymous functions? Which operator we are using? Which operator we are using to develop anonymous functions? Lambda functions we are using. Lambda functions we are using. Excellent. Okay. So today we will, functions topic is over. These functions will be continued again and again further. Tomorrow, what is our topic name? Modules. What is the topic name tomorrow? All of you, modules concept, which is an extension to the functions, which is an extension to the functions, right? Don't miss it. Very, very, very important concept, right? So we will discuss in the class what is modules. Okay, don't miss it. Important. Omkar, whenever it starts, I will tell you more. Whenever it starts, we will tell you that. Okay, whichever batch will start, I will intimate in the class. Okay, thank you. Good day. All the best. Now itself, I will upload this functions concept completely. Right. Good day.